What's up, everybody? D'Angelo here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And I wanted to make this video for my people out there that do not have a head start. Now, first thing right out the gate, you guys know me. This is not going to be some pity video, where I'll be like, oh, well, it's not your fault. This is not like, y'all know my backstory. Broke as can be. Like, lost a job literally the very first month that I moved out on my own. I fell 2 months behind on the rent. Had a super messed up car, back window blown out, back seats remote, and the trunk filled up with water every time it rained. Like, things was not pretty. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50. And then I was in college. I was paying for everything. Was just with just regular crappy jobs that I would go to like temp services for. Like, I never even had a job that made over. I think the highest paying job I ever had before I did the Amazon stuff for you guys on YouTube was like $12 an hour. You know, and that's crazy. Like, but I mean, that's just the way it is, right? So I just want to talk about, and obviously that lifestyle is completely gone now. Your boy drives a Tesla, bought a few houses outright. Like, we're doing fantastic compared to to that or whatever. But I just wanted to make this video again, just for my people that come from that background or might be in that scenario, whatever the case may be, and how important it is that you stay your course, right? Because there's gonna be, once you start moving up, there's going to be people that come into your life that will never understand why you make the moves that you do. And if you let them sway you, it could literally like make everything fall apart. So let's just take, a little scenario here. Like, let's say you got Buddy right here. So we're going to call him Buddy 1. Buddy comes from, a nice little family or whatnot. They let him stay at home till he's like 28. They let him focus on college. They let him save his money. They teach him how to invest. They, teach them about credit, like the whole 9 yards, right? Give them money for a down payment if they do that for like a car or something like that. Maybe they got connections. They've been at their job for like 40 years, and they can get them started off at 18, making $20 an hour. Like the whole 9 yards. Like, you are so far behind this person right here if you are Buddy 2, right? And I was Buddy 2. Well, you say was or is? Because technically nothing ever changed. I just created my own income. Anyway, there was none of that. You get out, I say 18 to 20. Like, if you come from a background where I'm at, 18 to 20, you're getting kicked out. Like, that's just the way that it is. 18 to 20, you are gone. So you don't have the luxury of sitting for 8 more years to just simply chill and stack up money so that way you can be good for college. Focus on college. Focus on whatever, getting a job and just saving up money. You can't do it now because now you got to pay rent. You might have to pay a car note, and then if you didn't know anything about credit, your car interest and stuff is going to be high. It's going to be harder for you to get into a nicer area because you might not have any credit at all. So now you live in a lower income area. And depending on who you are, that really doesn't make sense. I mean, if you grew up, soft, it might be scary. But I mean, I would say for regular people, for people who like live in that environment, like everything is smooth. Like, the hood is not all like it's cracked up to be. Like how it is on the news or whatever. Like, true, you got your little shootings here and there or whatever. But like, for the most part, like, you're gonna be smooth as long as you aren't doing extra stuff. Like, if you flaunting jewelry and you calling the police on every other person that come by. Oh yeah, but you got a target. You about to get you out the way. But anyway, 18 to 20, boom, you getting kicked out, right? Or at the bare minimum, now you got to start paying rent. So while person over here, they can either just simply focus on school. That's it, just 100% focus on school, get their degree, and just go through like life or whatever. You got to work. You got to go to college, then more than likely you're on your own doing everything. And then you got to take out loans. It's like, it's going to be really, 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 really hard right out the gate just simply because you're Buddy 2, you know? So all of this over here, you might have to get a job making $10 an hour, you know? $12 an hour, $13 an hour, $15 an hour. But again, they over here, Their parents been at that company for 40 years, 50 years. They might own the company, start them off in an executive position, whatever the case may be. All right. So if you're buddy two, obviously this isn't the same for every single person or whatnot. But I'm speaking to my buddy twos today because buddy twos are gonna the one advantage that we're gonna have over this person right here is that we're hungry. Right? Life is not comfortable for us. Because believe it or not, Buddy once fell as a marketer. I say about 99% of Buddy ones will fail as a marketer because they don't need to make it work. Buddy twos, like when I got into this, again, 2 months behind on the rent, my lights had just got cut off. Like, I had to make this work. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had to make this work so that way I could be good. And obviously, I'm good now. But if I was over here, I wouldn't have had that hunger. There wouldn't have been that fire in the belly because everything is fine. Everything is golden. Everything is, I'm not saying these people don't have problems by any means, but I'm saying financially wise, if they're smart with their money, they're probably going to be good. And again, they're starting off at 16, 17, 18, making $20 an hour. So if you start off over here, depending on, your work or whatever, like you might start off at $15 making $7.25 an hour. So it really just, like I said, obviously I'm trying not to just put people in a box or whatever or anything like that. But again, speaking to my buddy twos. So stay your course because when you get into this, you're going to have enough money. Like more than likely, if you stick at this, you will be successful with it. Like, even if you're making $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month, whatever the case may be, maybe you hit your first big campaign and make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, $500,000, whatever the case may be. You're then going to have these type of people over here that they probably might make less money than you, believe it or not. And they're going to question what you're doing. And you can't let these type of people sway you because you might be the first person in your whole family to make six figures. They might be the 90th. It depends on if you're carrying your whole family with you. Like if you're, helping moms out, you're helping your dad out, you taking care of your siblings, it just depends on like what it is or whatever that you're doing or whatnot. So like just stay your course because again, people like this are not going to understand the things that you're doing, right? Instead of, going, let's say, and the crazy thing is about this too over here, is that with buddy ones, they are a lot of times massively in debt. And they see nothing wrong with that. And it is today, if you're going into debt to make money, y'all know my thing on that, schmoove, right? But you have these type of people over here that go $200,000 low end for a house. Then, got to get the car for, for them in a while. Let's just say another $100K right there. Boom. Right? Then on top of that, the house got to be laid out. You can't not have, washer, dryer, kitchen floor, kitchen ceiling lights, like the furniture, everything's got to match, So if the washer and dryer goes out, don't just go and buy a washer. You need a washer and a dryer and a new living room set. Now those type of people are across the board. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Like if you're stupid with money, like you're gonna be broke regardless. Unless you just make so much money to just cover your ignorance, like you're golden. Like if you're like let's say you're getting like royalties for life or something like that. You're getting like a guaranteed $10,000 a month, and you go and blow it every month. It is what it is. Like, you're getting $10K a month for the rest of your life. Like, in real life does not matter. You could literally blow that every single month. It is what it is. But anyway, going massively into debt, then financing a lot of different stuff. Like, that's just not something you do if you're buddy two. Because even though buddy one has all these, all this massive debt or whatever, they might be able to just call up an uncle or their mom or their dad and be like, hey, I just, lost my job and I need $10,000 till next month. Say less. Mom and dad might come and bail them out quick If you're buddy too and you don't have those luxuries, do not live that lifestyle. Just wait, buy it outright if it's not gonna make you money. If it's something that, like that you genuinely think that you need to have or whatever, save up and then go out and buy it. I'm telling you, it's gonna suck because again, these people, or even like, and then the crazy thing is you even have buddy twos, not just buddy ones. Buddy twos won't understand what you're doing either. Oh man, you making all this money and you're driving that type of car? Oh man, you making that much money, you living in that house? Oh man, you doing this and that. You doing this, and I see you on Facebook. I see you on YouTube. I see you over here. I see you over there. Like I saw the statement that you had on the table, the check over here for 10 grand, and you, and what are you doing, man? How come you don't have 15 PS5s in every room? Like they're not gonna understand where you're coming from. They're not gonna understand the way that you move. Like the B2s won't understand because they're looking at like, hey man, you making money. What you still doing around here? All right, so they might start hating on you. The B1s are like, hey, like, hey, you're making all this money. Same thing. What are you doing? Like, why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? So that's pretty much it. This was a super long video, literally just to say to stay the course. Do not let people who have not walked your lifestyle or who are not paying your bills sway you into doing something that you don't want to do because you can lose a lot of money fast. If you have a big campaign, don't start going to Disney World every weekend. Don't go out and buy, this person a car, that person a car, this person a car, that person a car. Just focus on building whatever your goal is. So for me personally, I want a house for every single one of my siblings. They're not going to be the best houses, but I didn't even get that. I didn't get anything. So, like if you guys saw, I brought my little brother a car the other day. Again, that was not something that I was able to get. Like his car cost 4 times more than the car I had got. All right. And it was a hand-me-down car from my adopted sister or whatever, which, your boy is definitely thankful for. He never just not be grateful or whatever. But it took me a long time when I was a kid to understand this here because, my neighbor next door, man, that's my guy right there. But everything that I had, he had more or a better version of. And it just, when I was younger, it was just like, ugh. I kid you not, his first car was probably, I say, 4 times better than mine. 5 times better than my first car. His first apartment, bigger and better. His job, better than mine. It was like everything until I started my business or whatever. Like obviously now we're light years difference apart. But before I started my business, and I was like, because he was basically one of these right here. Like his mom literally had another whole house that she bought and let him live in that house for free. Let him stack up his money, let him go to college, let him save up, let him do all that stuff or whatever, right? And then again, you had Buddy too, which was me. I was adopted, so basically 18 to like 20, you are gone. Then you're on your own. You're paying rent. More than likely you didn't learn about credit, and all the other stuff that I mentioned before. And again, you gotta stay your course, right? If you have no one to call up, if you are your first and only defense, don't put yourself in harm's way financially. It might be a little tempting, because you got the money, but you need the discipline. But anyway, your boy has just been ranting for a minute now. Highly doubt anybody gonna make it to the end of this video. If you make it to the end of this video, type in 1, 2, 3. I highly doubt it, because this isn't one of those where I'm actually talking about making money. This is something that's all up here. And I don't know how many Buddy 2s are watching this right now. Like, there are probably a lot of Buddy 1s that are watching this. Like, who knows? I don't know. And this, again, if you made it so to the end of this video, nothing against my Buddy 1s. By all means, you guys know me. I'm 100% on if you got the resources, use them. Don't not use your resources just because somebody else didn't have them. Like don't be mad at what you were born with. Like, don't be an asshole about it either, bro. But for real, if you got the credit on the know-how, you got parents that was working on a job 40, 50 years, they can get you in there, you know what I'm saying? Don't not take any of that just simply because of what somebody is. Now, if you just not interested in their field or whatever, by all means. But if you if you got all these resources, use them. Put it to work. Get further ahead in life. Just all I say is you adopt the hunger that a buddy 2 is going to have, because the typical buddy 1 does not have it at all. Like the first, they're like the A students, you know? First, like they fail one time, fold, break, crumble, you know? Buddy 2s, we're used to failing on the daily. Oh, we got a D on this test? Bet. I'm just talking. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, smash the notification bell.